Global warming, commonly understood as the rise in Earth's average surface temperature due to greenhouse gases released when fossil fuels are burned, is an accelerating concern. It leads to wide-ranging effects, from changing weather patterns to rising sea levels affecting ecosystems, human health, and economies globally. As the planet warms, understanding the specific impacts of these temperature rises becomes crucial. At a 3-degree increase, the scenario becomes particularly severe. This essay explores the hypothetical yet scientifically plausible impacts of Earth warming by 3 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. We delve into how such a temperature increase would reshape our planet's weather, ecosystems, and human societies. This is not just a scientific issue, but a humanitarian one, affecting almost every aspect of modern life. Understanding the mechanisms of global warming is fundamental. It is driven by the accumulation of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, forming a blanket around the Earth. This warming effect disrupts natural weather patterns and melts polar ice caps, contributing to sea level rise and extreme weather events. This essay will illustrate the dramatic changes a 3-degree warmer world would enforce, emphasizing the urgent need for global action. The reality of global warming is that it's both a present and a future concern. While we are already experiencing its initial effects, the long-term projections are dire. This essay aims to paint a clear picture of a 3-degree warmer world, helping to understand the magnitude of change we are facing and highlighting why immediate and robust action is crucial.
Section 4: Humanity at the Brink, the Social and Health Impacts. The social and health implications of a world warmed by 3 degrees are vast and deeply concerning. Extreme temperatures can directly cause a surge in heat-related illnesses and deaths, particularly among the vulnerable, such as the elderly, children, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Additionally, altered weather patterns and degraded air quality can exacerbate respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. The mental health impacts of climate change are often overlooked but equally critical. Increased stress and anxiety are prevalent as communities face natural disasters, displacement, and loss of livelihoods. Post-traumatic stress disorders may become more common following extreme weather events, which are projected to increase in frequency and intensity with further warming. Food security is another significant concern. With agriculture heavily dependent on stable climate conditions, shifts in temperature and precipitation patterns could lead to reductions in crop yields and livestock productivity worldwide. This not only threatens food availability but also drives up food prices, affecting economic stability and increasing the risk of global hunger and malnutrition. Social inequalities are likely to widen as climate change impacts disproportionately affect low-income communities and developing countries, which have fewer resources to cope with the changes. These communities are often located in areas more susceptible to climate hazards and have less infrastructure to prevent or respond to environmental disasters. Addressing these disparities is crucial in the global response to climate change, ensuring that no group is disproportionately burdened by its consequences.
Section 5: Waterworld, Rising Sea Levels and Their Consequences. The consequences of rising sea levels are among the most visible and alarming effects of global warming. At 3 degrees of warming, sea levels could rise by up to 2 meters, owing to the melting of ice sheets and glaciers and the thermal expansion of seawater as it warms. This would have catastrophic impacts on coastal and island communities worldwide. Flooding would become more frequent and severe, inundating homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. This not only displaces communities, but also has ripple effects on regional and global economies. Coastal erosion will increase, further threatening seaside habitats and the species that rely on them, including humans. The infiltration of saltwater into freshwater systems would compromise drinking water supplies and irrigation, affecting both human health and agriculture. Moreover, the loss of coastal zones would lead to a loss of tourism revenue for many regions, which rely heavily on their beaches and marine environments to attract visitors. In response, some regions might turn to engineering solutions like seawalls or relocated settlements, but these are often expensive and can be socially and environmentally disruptive. The challenge lies in balancing immediate protective measures with long-term sustainable strategies that consider ecological, economic, and social factors.
Section 6: Agricultural Upheaval, Feeding the Future. Agriculture, the backbone of global food security, faces unprecedented challenges under a 3-degree warming scenario. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns, along with increased frequency of extreme weather events, directly affect crop and livestock productivity. This could lead to a significant restructuring of the agricultural landscape, with some regions becoming unsuitable for current farming practices, while others might open up as new arable land. Crop yields, particularly those of staple foods like wheat, rice, and maize, are expected to decline in many tropical and subtropical regions due to increased heat and moisture stress. Conversely, areas currently too cold for agriculture could become viable, although this shift is unlikely to compensate for losses elsewhere. Farmers will need to adapt by changing crop varieties, altering planting schedules, and implementing more sustainable practices. Livestock production will also be impacted. Heat stress reduces the productivity of animals, affecting milk production, growth rates, and reproduction. Furthermore, changes in fodder availability and quality can increase costs and reduce the efficiency of animal farming. Aquaculture will face its challenges too, with warmer waters potentially increasing the prevalence of diseases and affecting water quality. Addressing these agricultural challenges requires innovation and flexibility. Developing drought-resistant crop varieties, improving water management techniques, and adopting more robust agricultural practices are essential steps. Additionally, reducing food waste and improving food distribution systems can mitigate some of the impacts of reduced production.
In Section 7, Economic Tides, the financial impact of climate change. The economic implications of a 3-degree warmer world are profound, touching every sector from agriculture to insurance, real estate, and beyond. As natural disasters become more common and severe, the costs of recovery and rebuilding escalate, straining governmental and private financial resources. The increase in frequency and intensity of these events also leads to higher insurance premiums, potentially making insurance unaffordable for many. Economically, certain sectors will face direct impacts. Agriculture, as previously discussed, will undergo significant stress, affecting global food markets and prices. Real estate values in high-risk areas, particularly coastal regions prone to flooding, are likely to plummet, while water scarcity could impact industrial production in sectors that depend heavily on water use.